Hello, it's Richard Haggerty here, and I'd like to talk a little bit about how to use increased awareness, increased self-awareness, and general increased awareness to break the smoking habit. You see, a lot of people feel really overwhelmed with smoking. It feels like there's nothing they can do about it. It feels like they are stuck in in a habit that has a grip over them, an addiction that has a grip over them. They have cravings, they have all this kind of stuff going on, and it feels like there's not much they can do about it. Okay, it feels like the cravings are there, they have smoking addiction, and they want to quit smoking, they want to quit vaping, and they don't know how. Here's the thing, it's not as hard as you think if you break it down. Okay, so I want to show you a little bit today. I want to talk a little bit about how you can break it down and how you can start to make this happen. Okay, it's not completely as hard as it seems to stop smoking if you can take a little bit of a step back. What do I mean by that? Well, look, when you're in the middle of something and everything's coming at you, it's very difficult to do something about it. However, if you are if you've had some planning for any particular activity you're doing, you've got a little bit of experience, you kind of know kind of some of the sort of things that are going to happen on that journey, it gets a lot easier. There's a lot more you can sort of do to be prepared for it. So I want to give you a little bit of a map today in terms of one area of stopping smoking. It's very subtle, that you might not even kind of be fully aware of it. Okay, so let's start. Let's have a little I want to just take you through a couple of things to do with this. People smoke, smokers smoke, and it just feels like it's happening to them. But here's the thing, there's a pattern to it. There's a hidden kind of like pattern, there's a subtle pattern to it. And there are what I call transitions that happen throughout the day that are really fundamental to this. So, for instance, for a lot of smokers, smoking is a way to transition from one activity to the next. They finish cleaning in the kitchen, they smoke. They sit down and chat with their partner, they smoke. They get angry about something, they smoke. They get excited about something, they smoke. They smoke for any reason, and the glue that keeps it all together is smoking. And it's really important to notice these kind of external triggers, because then you can stop smoking. Here's how you can use this understanding of this increased awareness to be able to make a change. Because listen, smoking is simply a set of internal and external habits. The transitions are the moments in the day when you go from one activity to the next. And we all want to be able to do that smoothly. We want to be able to finish one thing, let go of any stress, let go of the focus and attention we were doing on that, and go to the next activity. For instance, finishing the end of the workday, breathing a bit of a sigh of relief, having a sort of end of the day ritual for that, and then going and doing something with our family, with our friends, or some time to ourselves. Smoking is very, very often a little transition point in the day. So we need to become aware of this so we can break the habit. Once you become aware of transitions, once you become aware of how you're moving from one activity to the next, the times of the day, the kind of events that do it, you can really, really start to make a big shift in terms of the results that you get. Okay, because a problem or a habit can't stay in place the same way, particularly, should we say, a bad habit, in the light of increased self-awareness. Okay, what I mean by that is when you can see the habit, when you can observe it happening, once you can see the particular pattern that's going on with awareness, not with judgment and not just having a conversation inside your head, but can actually observe it and notice it, it will tend to dissolve over time. You'll tend to become a non-smoker naturally with an increased awareness of the triggers and the way that it's operating for you. Now, let's look at how we could make this work. How can you make this work? Okay, how can you use transitions to be able to break the pattern, break the smoking pattern? Look, it's actually quite easy. You'll need to start off to notice your own patterns during the day. What are the moments when you are finishing one thing, going on to the next, and then smoking? And the easiest way to do this is to write them down. I would get a pen and paper so you don't get distracted with the internet or anything else. Just grab any kind of pen or pencil and start writing down those moments during the day. I see the clock at 10 o'clock, I go out. I finish a particular bit of work and I go out. I eat an apple and I go out. And look at those and keep going over that list again and again, refining it, because it's going to start to make you hyper aware. And a couple of things are going to happen that are going to help you start to quit. You see, once you get to a point where you have an awareness and you can see the triggers, you can see during the day either something external happens, like the clock goes to a particular time, or I finish an activity, or I feel this particular emotion, and whenever I feel it, I go and smoke. It's my kind of way of transitioning from one activity to the next. Once you realize that, a couple of things are going to happen. Either the habit is going to dissolve by itself, or you're going to have increased motivation when you do start to put together a plan to do that. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be some dissatisfaction once you can see it happening. There's going to be a cognitive dissonance. You know it's happening through just simply a pattern. You don't want that pattern to happen. You can observe the pattern with increased awareness. You know it's a pattern, and therefore something that's automatic, and you want to change it, and you know it's possible to change. So how can you leverage increased self-awareness to break a smoking habit? Remember, a lot of people are just like, smoking's a way to transition from one activity to the next. They finish cleaning in the kitchen, they smoke. They sit with their wife and they smoke. They get angry about something, they get happy about something, they go and smoke. The way to leverage this is to start to use it as a way to tie back in to a strong personal reason. Okay? Because what you're going to do is you're going to be able to create some strong cognitive dissonance. This is the pattern, and these are the times when I'm being triggered. But this is my overwhelming emotional strong reason why I want to change. And what's going to happen is those two things are not going to be able to exist together over a period of time. Okay? And it's going to create a big momentum for change inside. A lot of change comes from cognitive dissonance, okay? And cognitive dissonance means that once you've got two competing thoughts in mind, they can't sit there. There's going to be a discomfort with it. And you're going to have to ride this discomfort a little bit for a while, okay? Once you have increased awareness of the transitions, of the psychological triggers, the external triggers, all these kind of things, as you start to see in the clear light of day how you're being triggered, you're going to also have a strong personal reason. You're going to need a strong personal reason even to just observe those triggers in the first place. But your strong personal reason, why do you want to quit? What's it going to do for you? What's it going to do for your family? What's it going to do for you if you don't quit? Once you've got that and you're holding that in mind and you're noticing the times of day when there are these transitions that cause you to smoke, these triggers internally and externally that cause you to smoke, and you're aware of your strong reason to quit, eventually you're going to quit smoking. But here's the thing, a lot of people don't have a plan in place. If you don't have a plan in place, if you don't have the help that you need, if you don't have the support that you need, it can take a very, very long time. Okay, that's the challenge. It can take years and years and years, loads of pain, loads of effort, of course, loads of money, all right? Loads of years of your life, lots of health. Just make a decision that if you want to quit, do it. Look to do it in the fastest time. Go and find someone or some system that can help you, a program, but get the support. Make sure you've got some support so you can quit smoking and become a non-smoker today.